So Don, here we are, mate. It's the inaugural Wynnum Challenge, and we'll be racing for sheep stations for the first time in recorded history. And it's called a Wynnum Challenge, but I think the biggest challenge is going to be getting everyone back home safely at the end of a pressure-packed day. What do you reckon, Don?
Well, I think it's a great day so far. We've got a solid 15 knots of south-southeast breeze. The competitors so far this morning have behaved themselves. They're abiding by the rules. They're doing the penalties. The racing has been close, so the handicaps are working quite well. I think we've done about 6 races so far, and we'll easily get 12 in by the lunchtime period. Lynn Hanlon, sailing 6-0, is sailing very well and has won a couple of heats. We've had multiple winners, and everybody is enjoying themselves, which is what RC Sailing 65s is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a cracker of a day. There's been no dummy splits yet, no eye gouging, nothing. And a lot of skippers didn't know which end of a boat was what beforehand, and probably still don't. But out they are. They're having a great time, and you know, it could all be down to skill, or it could all be down to blind luck.
Well, I think their skill levels are improving week by week. Russell and I have both looked at that, and we can just see it. It's great. People are listening to Russell's tuition. They're looking at his videos, and they're obviously absorbing it because their ability, their sailing ability has improved out of sight. As you say, 10 weeks ago, some of these guys were struggling to get around the course. Today they're on a race course, and it's sailing hard and doing well. It's a testament to the beginners to winners. Unfortunately, Russell couldn't be here today, but I'm sure he'd be excited to see so many doing so well.
Yeah, absolutely, Don. But who's your favourite? Who would you slap $1 on to take home the bacon? Well, a lamb chop, at least.
Hard to say. Still early in the race. I think if Lynn continues on with the form she's showing, she could be hard to beat. But
number 46, 46 won the first 2 very clearly.
Yes, some of the guys have got A-rigs on, and they're struggling a little, but in the heavy stuff they're really struggling, particularly downwind. But I would think Terry Jordan, I think in 182, I think is probably a bit of a dark horse.
Yeah.
Jaden Mann sailing 53.
Yes, absolutely.
He started as a middle marker, and he's coming through, and he's sailing a fast boat. So there's a couple of guys there who could surprise by the end of the day.
Yeah, indeed. Well, mate, I'm off poolside to get into the action, and it's over to Lynn now, who's going to interview a few of the skippers. Thanks, Don.
Okay, thanks very much, Jeremy.
Right, Gary, what's your strategy today in this gusty wind on the wading pool at Wynnum?
Well, first of all, I'd have to say, how did you turn all this wind on? My strategy today, stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble, keep away from everybody, and go fast.
And especially keep away from me, hey?
Yeah,
so
and
definitely.
You and everybody. Who else is here? Don? Is Don sailing?
No, Don's not sailing. He's
Don's
a race officer. And we've got John sailing as well. So we've got a good team today. Jaden, the young guy.
Yeah, he'll be
the one to watch.
He'll be a contender.
Right,
yeah.
I've got Bob here, ready for the Wynnum Sheep Station Challenge. What's your strategy today, Bob?
Finish.
What rigger do you have up? What rig?
A-rig.
Okay, so how are you going to go against the B-rigs, you reckon?
Challenging. I think the B-rigs will be challenging as well. So challenging today is probably the big word.
Joe, how did you go in the Sheep Stations races?
Not too bad. I was starting off a handicap of maybe -40, -50 for a while there. So I think maybe mid-pack finishes, that's what I was aiming for.
And what was your strategy?
It's avoiding any sort of collisions or traffic. That was where I was gaining places mostly.
And what rig did you have up today?
I had a B rig today.
How are you enjoying it?
Yeah, very much so. I love it. It's good. I just don't get down here enough, that's all.
Al, so what was your strategy coming into the regatta this morning?
Windward side of the course and start at the pin end all the time. And that seemed to work for me, trying to be high, staying away from all the other boats, so clear air all the time and close roundings.
How are you going in the challenge?
I'm a champion, yeah. I tried one starboard start and it was a disaster, so I'm back on port with everyone else, but I've got a big handicap, so I've got the whole start line to myself.
Oh, excellent. You're going to start off first.
No, I'm
Last.
last.
Oh, okay. So what's your strategy to get through the fleet?
No, I just sail high, get up to the mark and not hit everyone, and they'll come back at you on port.
Okay, and you're heading to Barclays going through the fleet as the others come back?
Funnily enough, no.
Well done, you've steered clear of everyone.
That's because I'm coming last and there's no one around.
Well done.
You're welcome.
How did you go in the first 2 races?
Oh, I managed to get a first in the first 2 races, yeah.
How did you do that? What was your strategy, you reckon?
Well, I think it's the rigging, setting it up at home was probably the first thing.
Yeah,
I watched a few videos on YouTube to try and get the tuning right, and it seems to be paying off.
So
Again, taking a leaf out of the book of Jeffrey's on the YouTube.
Good, like
Try and,
Jeffrey's, yeah.
study the course and see the shortest distance.
So John, how did you go in today's sheep stations race?
About mid-fleet, I would say. Yep, started mid-fleet, finished mid-fleet.
What was your handicap like?
Started off 20, I did get a third, so I dropped back to 30.
So what was your strategy coming into the regatta?
That's a good question. Just learn how to actually sail a regatta. It's the first regatta we've sailed in these. First time I've used the B rig, so yeah, it was all a learning experience.
So, Sal, I've heard you're going to sneak up behind the flock today like a New Zealand shepherd with Velcro gumboots. Is that your tactic today, mate?
Oh, I just tend to sneak up to the start, make sure I don't hit anybody, start on starboard every time, and then when clear, because of the course today, I'll change to port as soon as I can. And then I always found that if I don't hit anybody or hit any marks around the course, I have a better race.
So I'm here with Lynn Handlin today. She's sailing number 60, I think, B rig. I'm presuming you're going to do what's normal, which is you're just going to have no strategy whatsoever. You're just going to wing it, crash through the fleet, have a bit of a giggle at the end. Is that your strategy?
My strategy is to try and bump into Sel and confuse him with port and starboard.
Good plan.
And then I'll try and overtake Basil and confuse him too, and he gets all flustered. So, no, I think
You might not be flustered. Basil might actually be asleep by the halfway through the race, so that'll be right. So I presume you've been like dreaming of knit and woolly jumpers and lamb chops all week, or
No, sails.
just sail? Oh, very
Which
good.
rig do I put up? Luckily, Don came with his B rig for me because it's a bit over a bit too much for A rig for me.
Thing I noticed, but the behaviour and the quality of the sailing, the closeness of it, I thought it was pretty good, and I think everyone who participated should be commended. I think this is just a special award for the most improved boat on the day, and that would have to be Basil. Well done, Basil. Those last two race wins, very, very well done. And a reward for you. Congratulations, Basil.
Cheers, Russell. Got something to say? Yeah, I think buoy bots would be better next time. I snagged the buoy's rope on several races that held me back a long way.
Right, so you're complaining about the equipment, is that right?
No, I'm just suggesting buoy bots are better.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Basil.
Had a good look at the results, and pretty impressive, all over pretty impressive. The following people won races: Lynn, David Kerr, Bob Good, Sal. Now I don't know how you did that, but you must have been paying the handicapper, because I can't believe that. Terry, is Terry here today? Basil won races, and I thought, then I looked to see if there's any other boats in those races, and yep, there were boats in those races. Rob Gow, is he here? Okay, he won one. Greg Ives won one. So that's 8 out of 16 starters won a race. It's good handicapping, but it's also showing how the beginners are becoming winners. And I think that's pretty impressive. So in third place with 73 points was Bob Good. This one probably won't change your life, but
you never know.
have your sheep station. Now, would you like to make a speech?
No, it's okay.
Go on, close to the camera.
It was a great race, thanks. Thanks for everyone for your efforts and support. And yeah, it was a great day sailing.
Good. Well done, Bob. Second place, this was a bit of a surprise to me. He's a very quiet guy, he's a silent achiever, but David Kerr was second with 52. A more substantial sheep station. Well done, mate, and congratulations. Now, have you got a few words to say, particularly about the coach or anything like that?
I would like to dedicate this to the coach. Yeah, it was not possible without his input.
Good on you, mate. Thank you. Now, the next one was subject to an inquiry. What happened was this person went round and did a bit of interviewing and asked people how they were going to set their rigs up and stuff. And I think that, well, Jeremy and I have discussed this. We think that's pretty close to the line of cheating, don't we, Jeremy? But anyway, after a long meeting with the stewards, we decided that that person had sailed very well and deserved a sheep station. And I know that Lynn's struggling for money, so well done, Lynn. Lynn's our winner. Now this is a substantial sheep station, so well done, mate.
Thank you.
Well done.
It's a real surprise, isn't it?
It's a surprise. It's a surprise to everyone. Now, have you got any kind words for the coach
I
or
would
the
like
organisation?
to thank the coach and Don, and thank you for your B-rig, Don. I think that's what did it on the day. And the really good
Oh, we
racing.
didn't know that, did we, Jeremy, about borrowing equipment?
Anyhow, thank you everyone. It was really good fun, and it is a good group. I'm quite enjoying it. I'm glad Marion's here now. We're going to get some more ladies. So thanks, Jeremy, for making the sheep station too.
Well done, Lynn. Good job.
I might add that the whole day, the timing of the whole day was based around Lynn finishing so she could go to a hairdresser. We couldn't have had another race, but that was the end of the day.